President Trump certainly has an interesting way of negotiating, and our thoughts from the beginning is what he's looking for, and what I think we learned about with India today is to reduce tax rates as much as possible around the world, high tax rates, especially on the United States, to reduce non-tariff trade barriers. And I think we're beginning to see more and more of that prove out here.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Cathie Wood uncovers market trends, volatility opportunities, economic pulse, Bitcoin shifts, Tesla targets, tech growth insights. Tune in to explore more.
To ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood recently adding to her existing stakes in NVIDIA, AMD, and CRISPR Therapeutics. And for more on some of those names and others in the tech sector, Cathie Wood joins us right now. Cathie, it's good to see you. I'm curious about how you've been thinking about investing just over the last month or two, given that we've been sort of in this very volatile market. The tariff issue is sort of weighed over everything, but clearly a lot of the market has come back even in the past month and a half.
Yes, President Trump certainly has an interesting way of negotiating, and our thoughts from the beginning is what he's looking for, and what I think we learned about with India today is to reduce tax rates as much as possible around the world, high tax rates, especially on the United States, to reduce non-tariff trade barriers. And I think we're beginning to see more and more of that prove out here. This is a global tax cut. This is a good thing. So we think the headwinds associated with what seemed to be chaotic decision making are beginning to clear.
And are you therefore a believer that there's a sort of a big, I mean, we've already had a rally, or I mean, off the lows. How does the rest of the year play out therefore in your mind?
Well, we have been saying, actually, I just put out a letter talking about the rolling recession we've been in for the last 3 years since the Fed jacked up rates. We got a negative quarter in the first quarter, potentially in the second quarter as well. And I think more and more people are getting concerned about an extended recession and amid all the uncertainty. We actually think we're at the end of this rolling recession and that we are moving into a period after all of this uncertainty of much greater productivity. And interestingly, if you look at the government sector, we're seeing unbelievable productivity moves taking place. There's a video out there between the FDA, the new head of the FDA, and the new head of CBER, and they're talking about generative AI in reviewing studies, medical trials that cut work from days to minutes. So there's a lot of productivity, I think, evolving in the ecosystem. I think companies are now enterprises. We see from Palantir that this is now a strategic decision for companies. So I think we're going to see a lot more productivity-driven growth, which means inflation is going to be much lower than expected, which is going to be very capital-friendly.
Bitcoin is flashing powerful bullish signals this week, setting the stage for what could be its next major breakout. After reaching highs near $106,000, the market is buzzing about a key technical indicator, the MACD cross on the weekly chart, something not seen since the explosive rally of October 2024. This signal has traders excited, especially as it hints that BTC might be preparing to revisit price discovery territory. Although the weekly close missed a critical breakout level at $104,500, momentum hasn't faded. In fact, sharp wicks and volatile swings show just how reactive the market has become, especially with sensitive catalysts like U.S.-China trade news. Traders are bracing for a wild ride as CPI and PPI inflation data drop this week. With the Fed maintaining a cautious tone and keeping rates unchanged, risk assets, like Bitcoin, remain in a tug-of-war between macro uncertainty and technical strength. Meanwhile, on-chain data adds more intrigue. Less than 2% of BTC supply is now in loss, a rare sign of market resilience and hodler conviction. Curiously, despite these price highs, retail interest is still muted. Searches for Bitcoin are at a 5-year low. That lack of euphoria might actually be a good thing. It hints that this rally could have more legs before the real frenzy begins.
We have always had a 2030 target, the base case in the 700 to 750,000 range, the bull case in the $1.5 million range. David Puel, our analyst and our on-chain analyst, put that piece out recently, and you can see the building blocks, how much share we expect Bitcoin to either take from gold or grow that store of value market. Institutions moving in, and they've barely moved in. We have 1 million more coins, roughly, to be minted ever. And institutions are just testing the waters right now. And then there's the emerging market use case as well. So we think we have miles to go, yes.
Tesla.
Yes.
Where are you on Tesla at this point? You've been a bull for a very, very long time. We're at $287.
Yes. Well, as we have put out there, our target in 5 years, so 2030 again, is $2,600. And our confidence in that number has gone up now that Tesla is commercializing robotaxis in August, in June. What we don't have in that number, and what is happening faster than we expected, and as you know, we're very focused on learning curves and how quickly new technologies are going to evolve. Humanoid robots. And Elon has been talking about that market being bigger, ultimately, than the robotaxi market. And he talks about Tesla being number one globally when it comes to humanoid robots, and also says that China is number 2 to 10. So we have to get moving on that score as well. We think that's a $26 trillion revenue opportunity split between home and industrial in the next 5 to 10 years. It's going to be a huge market. And the reason Tesla is ahead of the game is we're talking about the three platforms it's already innovating on. Robots, robotaxis are robots, energy storage, they will be electric, and AI. Those are the 3 technologies in the humanoid robot movement as well.
Bitcoin is back in the spotlight as news of a U.S.-China trade deal sparks a fresh rally, pushing the price above $105,700 for the first time in months. The agreement, struck in Geneva, will see the U.S. cut tariffs on Chinese goods from 145% to 30%, while China slashes duties on American imports from 125% to 10%. This dramatic shift is being seen as a green light for risk assets, and Bitcoin is charging ahead on the wave of optimism. With tensions easing and liquidity conditions improving, BTC is gaining serious momentum, and it's not just hype. On the charts, Bitcoin has confirmed a bull flag breakout, a classic pattern that hints at a major continuation to the upside. Analysts are now eyeing $150,000 as the next big target. The weekly RSI supports this move, showing strong buying pressure without slipping into overbought territory. However, not everyone is convinced the ride will be smooth. Bitwise's sentiment index is flashing a warning, noting levels of euphoria similar to past local tops. Short-term, a pullback toward $100,000 isn't off the table, especially with daily indicators showing some overheating. But the bigger picture remains bullish. A clear breakout, fading trade fears, and revived investor appetite could set the stage for Bitcoin's next explosive run. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.